Okay, we've been getting plagued with brownouts around here, and even with the generator. It wasn't always easy to get back online during the use of the generator. So I don't know what the hell the cause of that is. But yeah, we've been getting our series of brownouts. Henceforth, there was no morning show, but that's another thing, too. That's another thing. That I gotta feel pretty obligated every morning or every day to do a show on here. And half the time, and half the time really lately, you know, sometimes I do come up blank on what I want to really talk about. Because I think I've covered just about everything from soup to nuts on here. Well, my opinion. Uh, Philippines topics. Well, there's nothing that hasn't been really covered in Philippines topics here. I think everybody and their grandmother who has a show on here is talking some aspect of the Philippines that we've heard over and over and over and over and over and over again. And that's why I will shy away from shows that are talking about the same rhetoric. Cost of living, how to find a woman out here, beware of scammer women, this and that and this and that and everything else. This, that, and the other. It gets a little bit old. And I see this pattern, but this pattern's been going on for a long time. It's nothing new. They got to keep their show going by putting more shows on because it means there's that siren. Here we go. Tells us what time it is, actually. Look at that. I'm sure you could hear that. It'll stop. It'll tell you whether it's 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 5 o'clock, or 9 p.m. Quite interesting, huh? That is pretty loud. It's got to be coming from the municipal office, which is not really far from here. That's what I'm thinking. Here we go. How would you know if there was a tsunami, though? They must have a different form of siren for that, because when people get used to listening to these sirens going off, I mean, if you didn't know any better and you just moved to the town, you say, oh, God, there's a siren going off. It must be some state of emergency. But it's not. It's nothing like that. And whether there is a different system that probably has a different sound, I wouldn't know because we haven't had a tsunami, and I have no clue. Hopefully we don't. Anyway, getting back to that, blah, blah, blah. Uh, yeah, I see changes going on YouTube. I definitely do. I see a lot of changes going on. Not a lot, but I see a lot of changes going on. And there are people that are doing shows that even they admit that, it's taking too much work, or, you don't know really what to talk about. Some people maintain shows because they're monetized. So it doesn't matter what they do. If they come on for 5 seconds, it goes toward their watch hours if they're trying to get monetized. That's how that's working. And then they think they're going to be a big star, and that's not usually the case. Very rarely do people actually succeed very well on here. Now, of course, Philly in the Philippines, of course, started off with his walking street deal, and well, he knew what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. Because a lot of people had interest in Angeles City because there were prostitutes there. And it was a good way of having people that were planning on moving out, or visiting actually, to know where to go. So Philly would pretty much put this on display, and it may have encouraged a lot of people to have interest in his topic matter because it was always walking the streets of Angeles City. And that's what brought a lot of viewers or subscribers to his show. It's always a gimmick of some sort, you know, whether it's baiting. Hold on, I gotta check something out here. Huh? How do I get back to... Huh. Okay, I'll have to... Okay, actually I got a couple of messages on here. Here's the deal, Caramel. We're going to take a little sabbatical on here. We're going to take a little sabbatical. I'm just a little bit on burnout. Well, actually not a little, I'm a lot on burnout on here. I just don't feel I need to be obligated to put shows on every day. And that's what happens quite a bit. You feel an obligation. Talk freely, which I do, but it's almost like I have my viewers better interest in mine than I have on my own. And you don't realize that's happening until you sit down and you think about it and say, who am I satisfying, my viewers, or am I satisfying myself? For the most part, I've been satisfying myself to a certain degree, but I think I'm at that time where I need to devote more time to myself. Let's just put it that mildly. And not be slave to social media, which is very easy to do. Whether you have a show or you're not, or don't have a show, and you're just someone that likes to listen to YouTube, you know what I'm talking about. It gets to that point. Sometimes you gotta take care of business, my friend. Taking care of business. And that's what I do. I take care of business. Now, they say business before pleasure. And that's exactly what we're doing here. Anyway, my next show, I don't know, put me on the notification. Put me on the notification bell. That's one way of knowing. Actually, I gotta go buy some paint supplies. No, there'll be no outdoor painting today, I could guarantee you that. We've been having a lot of rain here. I'm not complaining about it. I'm not. Because we went through quite a period of drought, so I promised myself, don't complain about the rain, because you need it. You need the rain. And as such, hello. And as such, it's benefiting all of us. It'll benefit my well and benefit the animals, benefit the plants and everything else. So it all comes out looking rosy. Tell you, the flies are out in droves, I could tell you that. I actually had to take some caulking and put it around all my outlets, really. Light switches and outlets, because if there was a space in between, that just gave a channel for things like, ants. We always talk about that, because there's a lot of ants out here. If you know anything about the Philippines, you live with them. Get rid of them any way you can, but keep them under control. You're never going to get rid of all the ants. And you're definitely going to be dealing with flies when you live out here. That's something that something that you're never going to walk away from, I'll tell you that. I haven't been, but you deal with it. Keep your doors shut. That's why I get mad every time they leave a door open. I say, man, don't let any flies in. Shut that door. They don't want to deal with that. Anyway, obligation versus satisfaction of audience. I mean, it's one of those situations where it got to a point that because I haven't been getting up early lately. I've been getting some better sleep. If I did wake up early, I go back to sleep again. So I've been getting my 8 hours I need. And for me, that's a great thing. Yeah, no shit. I have dreams, so it's good REM. And I don't know how accurate this, smartwatch is. It tells me a lot of information. How many hours of light sleep you got, how many hours of deep sleep, how many hours of REM and all that stuff. I don't know how accurate it is, but I think it gives you a general idea. The one thing, which is kind of a pain in the ass, it's always reminding you, keep moving, keep active. Hope it doesn't do that overnight, because that could wake me up, because it'll vibrate a little bit. Hopefully this little gadget knows better that when you're trying to record your sleep, not to come on and remind me to keep active. I mean, that doesn't make sense at all. The idea is you don't want to be active. You want to sleep deeply. Not to get an interruption saying, keep active. No, say, keep moving or something like that. One or the other. It's funny as hell. Anyway, I got to go. I got a few things to do. But hey, just hit the notification button and you'll know when I'll do a show. That's the best I could tell you. And, stay out of trouble. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think you do.